Good morning to all. Myself, Dr. Kumar, Department of IT, Sagar Institute of Research and Technology, SIRT, the Sage Group, Bhopal. Today we will discuss regarding the Amqp features and components. For the subject code, that is IT-703B, Internet of Things, of the same 7th. So this is the outline that what we'll discuss in this lecture. That is the features and the components of the Amqp, that is the Advanced Message Queuing Protocol. First, the introduction regarding the Amqp, Advanced Message Queuing Protocol. Amqp is a middle layer protocol extensively used for exchanging messages in distributed application. Where it is used? For exchanging the message in the distributed application. It provides an abstraction of the different participating parts and simplifies the communication programming detail. That is the beauty of that Amqp. It provides the abstraction and simplify the communication programming details. Amqp provides the reliability features. Means the communication using the Amqp, that is the Advanced Message Queuing Protocol, is reliable. Amqp is a application layer protocol which takes into account message-oriented middleware standards. This is another thing. The MOM, message-oriented middleware, right? Standards are being used by the Amqp. Amqp, Advanced Message Queuing Protocol, has been used in challenging application. The most important part is used in a challenging application. Which type? Autonomous computing, cloud computing, and security aspects related to the Internet of Things. Because we are doing the protocols in the IoT scenario. So the security aspect is a broad spectrum of the research in nowadays, and somewhat is fulfilled by the Amqp. Amqp is designed to facilitate the dialogue among the components of a system. Why it is designed? To facilitate the dialogue among the components of a system by making easy the exchange of messages independently of their underlying platform. So Amqp cares about the security and confident part of the message. Means if we will use the Amqp, then our message will be secure and confidential. And main thing, that is done without affecting the communication performance. So here we discuss that the Amqp is middle layer protocol, mainly used for the exchanging message in the distributed application. Amqp provides the reliability features, simplify the communication programming detail. It is application layer protocol, takes into account the MOM standard, that is the message oriented middleware standards, used for the challenging application like cloud computing, security aspect in IoT, autonomous computing. And main thing is that it cares about the security and confidential part issue, which is the major part in the IoT communication, and without affecting the communication performance. Amqp messages are the self-contained, and data content in a message is opaque and immutable. The size of message is not limited. No, it can be up to 4 GB message or up to 4 KB message. For message delivering, there are several possibilities, because it can use the point-to-point, it can use store and forward and publish and subscribe architecture. 3, point-to-point, store and forward, and publish and subscribe. So the message delivery possibilities are very much. Main thing, when the message is sent to the Amqp broker, actually it is sent to the queue, and after it is delivered to all subscribed customers to this queue as a push notification. The Advanced Message Queuing Protocol, that is the AMQP, originated in the financial services industry in 2006. AMQP is an open standard for MOM communication. As we discussed, what is the MOM? AMQP grew out of the need for interaction between MOM systems, both within or between corporate enterprises. Now, some recap. Full form, Advanced Message Queuing Protocol, open standard for passing business message between the application and organization, connects between systems and business processes. It is a binary application layer protocol. Basic unit of data is a frame, and ISO standard, that is the ISO/IEC 19464. The AMQP, as we discussed earlier, it can send message by the various ways. It can also based on the publish and subscribe model like the MQTT and XMPP. XMPP, Extensible Messaging and Presence Protocol. Now, AMQP, that is the Advanced Message Queuing Protocol, that supports two types of framework. How many types? Two types of framework. First, one is to point communication and one is multi-point communication. How many types of the framework are supported? Two types: point-to-point communication and multi-point communication. The flow control in the AMQP, Advanced Message Queuing Protocol, that use the token-based mechanism. And AMQP to ensure that a minimal buffer overflow at the receiving end and flow control is preserved. The message delivery guarantee are different types of using the AMQP. That is the now the delivery of the message guarantee are different types that we use the AMQP. One is at least once. That means offering guarantee in terms of the message delivery. But these guarantees may do so multiple times, at most once, which is about each ensuring that each message is delivered once or never. And exactly once, which talks about the ensuring no message get dropped and is delivered only once. 3.1. At least once. This means there's the offering guarantee in terms of the message delivery. At least once. But the guarantee may do so multiple times, at most once, which is about each ensuring that each message is delivered once or never. And exactly once, which talks about the ensuring no message get dropped and is delivered only once. Now the message oriented middleware, as we discussed in the last slide, MOM. Then what is the MOM? Message oriented middleware. Message oriented middleware plays a key role in the financial data generation and delivery. The strength of the message oriented middleware is that it allows for efficient communication between applications suited on heterogeneous operating system and networks. That is the MOM. MOM allows developer to bypass the costly process of enabling explicit connections to these varied system and network. Instead, application need only communicate with the MOM. So the MOM, that is the message oriented middleware, that plays a key role in the financial data generation and delivery, the delivery of the financial data and generation of the financial data. There the MOM very much important. And it has efficient communication between the applications and best suited where the heterogeneous operating system and networks. Now this is the Amqp architecture. An Amqp messaging system consists of the three main components. Which one? Publisher, consumer, and broker. See here in the scenario, in the in the figure, one the publisher, in the middle there is the broker and the consumer. The Amqp, that is the consist of the three main components. The architecture, that is the publisher, consumers, brokers, and here in the scenario, the figure is showing all of three, that is the publisher, broker, and consumer. Publisher on the left side, broker in the middle, and consumer in the right side. And here, see, this is the message queue. When the messages are sent to the consumer, they are in the message queue, and after the messages are delivered. Now here, let's take a look at what was inside the Amqp architecture. The publisher and consumers communicate with each other through message queue bound to exchange within the brokers. Publisher and consumer, they communicate with each other, but with the message queue, through the message queue, and that message queue that is within the broker. Broker is in between them, both the publisher and the consumer. But Amqp provides a reliable, guaranteed in-order message delivery. That is the very much important point of the Amqp. That is provides the reliable, guaranteed, and in-order message delivery. Broker server, a server or the daemon program that contains one or more exchanges and messages queues. Broker or server is a server that contains one or more exchanges or message queues. Consumer, an application that declares one or more message queue on the broker. That is the consumer. Message queue, a data structure that stores messages in memory or on disk and deliver these in sequence to the consumer that declared the queue. Each message queue is entirely independent. What is the queue? Message queue, a data structure that stores messages in memory or on disk and deliver these in sequence to the customer, and that is declared the queue. Each message queue is entirely independent. Publisher, producer, an application that construct message and send the message to an exchange on a broker. Exchange, the matching and routing engine that accept message from publisher and copy the message into zero or more message queues. That is the exchange. So this was the regarding the Amqp architecture. Now this is the Amqp model. Inside this model, you can see the scenario, that is the P, C, X, and X. That is P, application produce message, that is the producers. And here the consumer message, that is the denoted by the C. Both are the client. And exchange route and filter message, that is by the XX. And here the queue stores and forward the message. Is the exchange and the queues in between. So there is a server, we can say broker, and here the producer, and here is the consumer. This is the just like this. This is the publisher and the consumer here. And here, that is the producer, or you can say the publisher. Now, this is the Amqp model. Myself, Dr. Kumar, Department of IT, Sagar Institute of Research and Technology, SIRT, the SAGE group, Bhopal. And we are discussing the Amqp. Now we will discuss the Amqp features. Many of the features we have discussed till now, but we will discuss more features here. First of all, that is the connect across the organization, technology, time, and space. Regarding the Amqp. And there are some features of the Amqp. Many of the features we have discussed now. The first feature, that is the security, reliability, interoperability, routing, queuing, and open standard. We have discussed all these in details, that how the security is achieved, why the reliability is so much powerful here, interoperability, routing, queuing, and the open standard. Some more features that we have discussed, that is the at most one, at least once, and the exactly once. There is the message delivery guarantee. At most once, each message is delivered once or never. That is the at most once. At least once, each message is certain to be delivered, but may do so multiple times. But that is the certainly the message will deliver. Exactly once, message will always certainly arrive and do so only once. So these are the message delivery guarantee regarding the at most once, at least once, and the exactly once. These are the references, and this was regarding the lecture, that's the AMQP. Myself, Dr. Kumar, Department of IT, Sagar Institute of Research and Technology, the SAGE Group, Bhopal, welcomes you, and thanks for watching the video. Thank you.